Okie doke. Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Heinhorst again, and the past couple of days we've done fiction text. Really some fantasy fiction, stuff that can't really happen other than in our imaginations, right? Until we get those things down on paper. So tonight I've chosen a nonfiction book that is underneath this piece of paper. And I'm really excited because this nonfiction book is a book that I've wanted to read to you guys for a while now, but we never really quite had the time. So this, on top of the book, is a list of nonfiction text features that we have already talked about. Say hi to Iris. Nonfiction text features that we've already talked about in class and in our small groups for reading. So we've got a table of contents, photographs, bold words, captions, labels, a glossary, an index, diagram, map, and headings. And what I was hoping was we could go ahead and talk about those text features as we see them in this book. But then if you guys are reading nonfiction at home, you could take a picture with a tablet or a phone and then send that my way, and then I can share that from a book that you're reading with the rest of the class, a different text feature that you find in your nonfiction book. So keep these to the side. Let's go ahead and read this book. It is Kitten Lady's Big Book of Little Kittens. I am so excited. This book is by Hannah Shaw, wonderful author. And if Hannah Shaw is currently watching this read aloud, I just beg you to let me keep this up until all the COVID stuff is over, because I really want to read this book with my kids. So I actually got the autographed version, so I was really excited about that. She even drew a nice little kitty cat. Kitten Lady's Big Book of Little Kittens. And I love what the author chose to do with this word little. Everything else is in print, and this is in cursive, and I think it really helps this word stand out, just like a bold word or an italic word. Kitten Lady's Big Book of Little Kittens, because these kittens are itty bitty. Look at that. Let's just zoom in on that. Oh my goodness gracious, that is so cute. Okay, Kitten Lady's Big Book of Little Kittens. Oh my goodness, this is perfect. That makes me so happy. So it says, "Hi, my name is Hannah, and I'm an animal advocate and kitten rescuer. My life is dedicated to protecting the tiniest and most vulnerable felines, baby kittens. Over the years, I've saved hundreds of little lives." I know what you're thinking. Does that mean you have hundreds of cats? Look at that. Oh. And that's our author, Hannah Shaw. No way! The kittens I rescue are all foster kittens. Fostering is when you give temporary care to a homeless animal. Once the kittens are healthy enough, they go to a permanent home with a loving adopter. And then my house is empty, so I can save even more kittens. It's like a revolving door of tiny tigers. So this is this kitty cat before. Look, he's got some milk all over his mouth. This caption says before, and then after. Look at this kitty, look at the transformation. He goes from being just an itty bitty to a mighty ferocious kitten. And I love what the illustrator did, or maybe the author did it, I'm not sure, but they drew in these little doodles with the kitty cats. It makes it even more adorable. Most of the time, I rescue orphan kittens who have been separated from their mothers. Since kittens rely completely on their mothers for warmth, food, and protection, if they are found all alone, they need special help from humans. When kittens don't have a mama, foster parents like me step in and provide the care that they need. Look at his little hat and his bow tie. So it says the caption, and the author did a really cool job of making the caption stand out. The caption says, "Fostering is the coolest," and the speech bubble says, "Roar." I rescue kittens from some of the most unexpected places. I've saved them from underneath houses, on the side of the highway, and even in compost bins and trash cans. Some are only hours old. So this caption says, "Pigeon was found under a dumpster. Boomba was found in a window well. Teeny Weeny was found in a bush. And Teeny Weenie's mom, Bun, is a community cat. So that means that she roams the community. The one thing they have in common is that they almost always come from outside, where they are often born to community cats who roam freely in the neighborhood. Ooh, and I notice, what kind of text feature is this? Bold words. And there's our author again. She's got a kitten bouquet. Oh my. Without our help, community cats will have lots of kittens, especially during kitten season when the weather is warm and the sun is shining. These kittens can become separated from their moms when well-meaning people pick them up and take them inside. That's why during the spring and summer, I've always got my hands full. I foster the kittens who end up at my local animal shelter, a place that helps lost and homeless animals. And when foster parents lend a hand, kitten season is a much happier and safer time for our fuzzy friends. And the speech bubble says, so many kittens. No. Tidbit was a newborn kitten found outside all alone at just 1 day old. When I took him in, he was so small that he fit in the palm of my hand. And before long, tiny Tidbit blossomed into the cutest little prince. So the caption says that Tidbit went from this to this. Look how much more confident he looks. He looks like he just run the world. Now that he's adopted, he's the king of the castle. What an incredible transformation. But it's not magic. Tidbit just needed lots of hands-on love and care to help him grow. So one more time, the author did a really cool thing where she ordered the pictures in chronological order, which means in time order. So we've got an itty bitty little baby, just a kitten, and then a full-grown monster cat. Newborn kittens aren't just tiny. They're also totally defenseless. Born with their eyes closed and their ears folded, these little wiggle worms are called neonatal kittens. Bold word. And they need the most help of all. Little folded ears and closed eyes. And it fits in the palm of her hand. Look how tiny and delicate and fragile they are. And their little tails. So this is a diagram, people. We were talking about diagrams before we left, and some of us were having trouble kind of picturing what a diagram is, but a diagram has labels and it breaks a big thing into smaller parts. So this says anatomy of a neonatal kitten. So basically the parts of a tiny newborn kitten. So it has tiny cub ears, closed eyes, a boop-worthy nose, a kissable tummy, jelly bean twinkle toes, non-retractable claws, so they always have them out, and an umbilical cord, just like you had when you were born. These little peanuts start to look more like real cats when they open their eyes from 8 to 12 days old. Kittens have blurry vision as babies, but as they get older, they start to be able to see clearly. No matter how their vision is, when kittens open their eyes, I want them to see that the world is a safe place to be a baby cat. When Mac was first peeking his eyes open, he looked pretty silly, but soon he had big, beautiful baby blues. So he was just getting his sneak peek at the world, and then look at him! Oh my goodness, look at those big eyes, those big baby blue eyes. Tiny kittens can't regulate their own body temperatures, and they need help staying warm when they have no mom to cuddle them. That's why you'll find my kittens snuggling up on a heating pad in a bed of warm blankets. Cozy kittens will start gently purring as a sign of comfort. Sprout loves cuddling with a fluffy stuffed animal. Just don't tell her that her mom is actually a dog. Shh. So we got this kitty so comfortable in her blankets and her heating pad. And this kitty cat all snuggled up with that stuffed dog. It's a puppy mom. Young orphan kittens are bottle babies, and they have huge appetites. Look, that's That's a big word, all caps. It must be very important. Huge appetites. I feed them every few hours, anywhere from 6 to 12 times a day, even in the middle of the night. When kittens drink from a bottle, their ears will often wiggle with happiness. Kittens have sensitive tummies and can't digest the milk that many people keep in the refrigerator at home. When a kitten is orphaned, they drink a milk substitute, a special formula made just for kittens that has all the nutrients they need to grow into big, strong cats. So we got a bottle baby right here, drinking out of a new bottle. And I bet if this was a video instead of a picture, we would be able to see her little ears wiggling. There you go. Little wiggle wiggle ears. So this would be a caption too. And then a milk mustache. Believe it or not, kittens and cats are very clean animals. They just need to learn how to groom themselves. I brush the kittens with a soft toothbrush, which reminds them of a mother's rough tongue, and it helps them learn how to lick themselves and stay squeaky clean. Boomba and Hank love the comforting feeling of getting brushed. So Boomba loves being pampered. Look! Oh my goodness. And Hank is looking fresh. You know, I read this today, and I actually tried that with my cats. They're not neonatal kittens or babies or anything, but they did, after chewing on the toothbrush, seem to like being pet with one. So there's that. Oh. That typically means that someone's sleeping. And growing up is exhausting. This kind of reminds me of my iris. A full belly and a toothbrush massage can make a kitten sleepy. You've probably heard of a cat nap, but have you ever seen a kitten nap? These little snuggle dumplings are champions of snoozing and will sleep up to 22 hours a day. They need lots of rest to support their growth and development. I'm noticing that baby kittens are kind of a lot like human babies. They need a lot of sleep. They have big appetites. All kinds of cool similarities there. After that dozing all of that dozing pays off. Young kittens gain about 1 pound every single month. I place my foster kittens on a small scale to monitor their weight. It's so fun to see them gain weight as they transform from tiny nuggets into mighty mini cats. Weighing kittens helps me make sure that they're eating the right and staying healthy. It says Hank is a burrito. Like burrito. It's called a play on words. Growth of a young kitten. So newborns are light as a feather. 1 month, 1 pound. And then when they get to be 2 months old, they weigh 2 pounds. I see a pattern. So 3 months would probably be 3 pounds. And 4 months would be 4 pounds. I also keep kittens healthy by bringing them to a special doctor called a veterinarian to get preventative shots and medicine that prepare them for a long and healthy life. The veterinarian's office is usually a kitten's first field trip. And the caption says, "Brave girl at the vet." She's pretty. If you thought bottle feeding was messy, just wait until you see a kitten who's weaning onto solid food. Kittens become curious about meat around 4 to 5 weeks old, so I help them slowly transition from nursing or bottle feeding to eating on their own. And when kittens are first learning how to eat wet kitten food, it's a sloppy adventure. Sometimes more of it gets on their faces than in their mouths. It says, so yummy. Look at all that food. Oh my goodness. Margot hasn't quite figured out if food is eaten through your mouth or your foot. After she eats, she sometimes leaves a trail of meaty paw prints behind her. What a mess! She'll figure it out soon. Kittens always do. It says, do I have something on my face? Look at Margot. It's her dish. Belongs to Margot. As kittens begin weaning onto meaty foods, their hunting instinct starts to kick in. All felines like lions, tigers, leopards, and even house cats are mighty predators who have a natural urge to hunt their prey. But unlike their wild cat relatives who roam freely on the savanna or in the jungle, house cats are our indoor companions, and their hunting takes the form of playtime. I spend lots of time playing with my kittens so they can practice their pounce. And when these little micropanthers see a toy, they wiggle their butts, leap into the air, and attack. And this caption says, "That feather toy doesn't stand a chance." Iris has a feather toy just like this. That makes me so happy. Kittens are hilariously awkward while learning how to hunt and play like a cat. When they see a new toy for the first time, they sometimes arch their backs, hop sideways, or poof out their fluffy tails to show how big and intimidating they are. It's so entertaining to see them make funny movements when they are surprised. I bet you've seen your kitty cat do that before, where they poof up their tail. We call Iris and Ollie's poofed up tail their raccoon tail, because it gets so big. And this kitten's like, "What?" And, "Eep, you frightened me." Kittens also have instincts to climb, perch, and hide. While their wildcat relatives can be found lounging in trees and hiding in tall grasses, our feline companions only have the environment that we create for them in our homes. These kittens need lots of environmental enrichment to help them stay happy and healthy in an indoor setting by allowing them to express their natural instincts. So look at Pigeon climb. We call Iris and Ollie's climbing post their tower. And Small Fry loves tunnels. Iris and Ollie have a tunnel too. Finn's favorite place is the very top of the cat tree, where he can look down and oversee everything from a bird's eye view. And they call it a bird's eye view because birds fly high over the top of the rest of us, so they can see everything way up in the sky. Look at those babies. Oh, and their necklaces say BFF. I thought I was going to say best friends, but BFF. Of course, the best way to keep kittens healthy is for them to have a friend. Just like you and me, kittens love having a buddy to play with. Having a companion helps them feel confident and endlessly entertained. There's nothing quite as special as feline friendship. Fritter and Jelly have been best friends since the day they were born. They are a bonded pair, which means they'll always stay together, even when they're adopted. It says friends forever, but the fur like fur on a kitty cat. Looks like they're having a little picnic. It says, "Thanks for saving us." Once they are healthy and at least 8 weeks old, the kittens are ready to say hello to their future family and forever home, where they'll stay for their whole lives. People who are looking for a new companion or two can apply to adopt kittens just like mine through their local animal shelter or rescue group. If they are a good fit and are ready for the responsibility of caring for a pet, they can meet the kittens and bring them home. It's so exciting to help kittens find their perfect match. And around here we have TAPS, Tazewell Animal. I can't say for sure what TAP stands for. I'd have to look it up. But we have TAPS, we've got PAWS, we've got lots of neat local people who have some kitties that would be really ready to be adopted. Sorry, words are hard. It's late. We got some kitty cats with our author again. It says, "When it's time to say goodbye to my foster kittens, I have a lot of different emotions. I might feel a little sad to part ways, but I mostly feel very proud of them for graduating from foster care. Adoption Day is a time to celebrate. Fostering kittens helps kittens go from tiny and helpless to big and strong. By dedicating a few weeks of time to helping them grow, anyone can make a difference for little kittens. And after the kittens get adopted, I feel so happy knowing that I have saved their lives. And my home isn't empty for long." Just adopted. Because there are always more kittens waiting to be saved. We heart cuddles. Cheese. This makes me so happy. It's a cool collage. Collages are when you have a bunch of pictures together. Look at this one. Even more kittens! says treats, please. Felines rule. No. Oh, it says, hey there. Oh, and that appears to be the end of the book. But what do we see at the end? A nonfiction text feature called a glossary. And if we were to be together, we could look up words that maybe you were tripped up by in the story. And then at the back it says, 5 ways kids can be superheroes for cats. Let me see what we have to that one. And then the author's note. Oh, look at that baby kitten at the back. Oh, and the picture of kittens. Okay, so maybe we can come back another time and read that ending part about how you could help baby kittens in our local area. Like I said, we've got TAPS, we've got PAWS. There are different humane societies where you can adopt little kittens. I'm not sure about fostering because I've never fostered a kitten before, but this book makes me want to do that. So we could say that if the author had a purpose here, it would definitely be to inform us, to teach us about fostering kittens. But I would say that she was definitely trying to persuade us to help save them. Maybe not foster if we're not ready for that kind of a commitment, but at least, you know, do our part to make sure that kittens have what they need if we find them outside, not with a mama, maybe getting them to the right place, or just different ways to care for our own furry babies at home. So thank you for watching, and we will have to chat about this book another time.